John, HELENE Charisma, took him 28 starts to get that first win. Can he make it back-to-back though on Wednesday night?
Well, I'm hoping so, but yeah, as you said, 28 starts and winning the Grand Prix de Paris with given the ground. But he's been as I spoke to the press after when he won, he's been a total disappointment. And finally we got Zach on board and able to work a miracle, and he did win very well, but I was pleased with the effort.
Bit of a test of patience.
It was a lot of Panadol.
No issues with him stepping up to 2,200 metres as far as you're concerned?
Not at all. He'd be the sort of Melbourne Cup horse. If he was back in Australia and genuine, I'm sure that he'd be a force to reckon with over anything 1.5 miles to 2 miles. So the 2,200 not a problem, and he's drawn what I call a good gate.
Happy Dragon, there is that query over him with the step up in distance, but he's been so consistent, so honest for you this season.
He sure has. He probably should have won 3 by now. He's just been on one particular race. He was a bit unlucky, but it's a bit of a gamble. But the Ravens passes, in my opinion, will get over a bit of ground, and he knows Happy very, very well. So I'm of the opinion that he will handle the 22 and get back midfield, and I think he'll be hitting the line. It'll be an interesting race.
Classic Beauty, yet to go to the Valley. What do you make of his chances?
One batter, can get up, lay up, grinds away, pace influence in the race. We know about the top weight of Tony Millard's, with the 7 off, likely to go forward too, but I'm sure the Kwok family will want him right there on the speed and make sure it's a genuine 2,200 and not halfway, through the race, as you were pointing out earlier, to just slow them up and, make it into a totally different run race. But I won't allow that to happen.
3 runners, 3 interesting horses. Who would be the pick from your stable, John?
Well, it'd have to be HELENE Charisma because he's doing everything right. He enjoys over in being over in Chung Fa. He's a different horse. He's come out and won, and he's been over in Chung Fa now for a few months, so that's done the job. But my opinion, HELENE Charisma will be my top pick, then Happy Dragon, and then Classic Beauty.
Neil Handsome Rebel, lightly raced 3-year-old here in Hong Kong. Is he starting to find some form? Yeah,
look, his last few runs have been quite progressive. He's a nice young horse. He does everything right, and like I say, he's had it a little bit troublesome with his draws, but he's pulled another bad gate again. But he walked home quite well from a bad gate last time. So, obviously he's going to be dependent on what sort of speeds in the race to determine where he's going to sit and how well he can run.
Would you like them to go to a decent tempo?
Of course, the faster they go, the better for him, coming from a wide draw. Gives the back markers a chance to get into the race, but that's not in our hands. We just got to wait and see, have a look at the speed maps, see where the speed's going to come from, and have a look at the makeup of the race and then decide what we're going to do when I speak to me.
Paul, moment of power, Class 2 might have stretched him in the past, but with a good draw and a lightweight, does he come into it on Wednesday night?
Yeah, Class 2's always proven a little bit beyond him, but if he's ever going to put his hand up in the grade, it's going to be tomorrow night. He's going to have, they say he's got a good draw. The 1,000 metres, that's as far as he wants to run around the valley. So, if he can sort of get to the lead and get left alone a little bit, he'll be in there with a shout.
He's had a trial since his last run. Are you happy with his condition going into the race?
Yeah, very much so. He's been racing, pretty consistently, but he's just got to get that 1,000 metres around the valley. Now, whether he has to come back to Class 3 to get it, I think tomorrow night will tell.
We've been at the barrier trials here this morning. Pakistan start had his first trial for you. What was your take on it?
Yeah, well, he did everything we asked him to do, and I was interested in Matthew's comments afterwards. He said the horse felt well and quite light on his feet, and he galloped through the line strongly, but, we've seen him do that before.
Last Kingdom, Paul, backs up from last week. Is he starting to find a bit of form?
Yes, last run was very good, sort of on the speed, and he tried hard. I think he's the sort of horse that will back up very well. He's although he's not a big horse, he's quite a bully horse, and but he strikes a field that's a little bit stronger than last time.
He's a horse who had good form from France prior to coming over here. Is he the type you think that's just taken a little while to acclimatise?
Well, again, that question would be answered tomorrow night, but I think a lot of his French form was in wet ground, and we know we just don't get that here, but as we come into summer, he just might strike it one evening.
And with him as well too, he's still an anti. What's he like for you to handle?
No, he's very good, very good. So he's got no girlfriends in Hong Kong, so he's well behaved.
What about Star Majestic? Bleeker's going on for the first time for a couple of years. Can that spark a return to form?
Yeah, hopefully it can, and we're just hoping for a good speed. And if they run every now and again, they run them crazy up front, and that would give them a chance. So I don't think the draw's any drawback. He's going to go back anyway, but hopefully the blinkers will just spark him up a bit. And
a winner last Sunday, a winner last Wednesday night. After a slow first half of the season, is the stable finding a bit of form in the second half?
Yeah, no, it's a difficult start to the season. We had a good season last year, and the new horses are just starting to come on hand now, so hopefully amongst them there'll be one or two that'll put their hands up.